All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Well-Don Tanks live stream where we get into all sorts of shenanigans and talk about whatever we're going to talk about and definitely go on some rants, I'm sure, here and there. But it is it is Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. We're a day late. I know that. I think most of my viewers in the live streams anyways, we know that Memorial Day was yesterday, and just with family events and different things going on, I don't want to take away anything from the holiday, the families, what it meant for. So I just made the personal decision of I didn't want to interfere with anything anybody had going on, which we've all got lives to live. So I appreciate all of you being here with me, hanging out with us tonight. The other reason was I honestly did not feel like doing a live stream last night. I will not lie to you. I did not have the gumption. I just didn't have the energy. I didn't want to get on camera. I didn't want to do anything live stream wise. So here we are tonight, doing better, feeling good. My wife made some amazing steak tacos tonight, so I am fat and happy for sure. So yeah, so it's Tuesday. We're hanging out. I'm sure we're gonna get into trouble, but I appreciate all of you being here. I really do. Feeling good. Some things at work finally kind of settle out today. So hopefully we're moving forward there. Got some plans, got some ideas. I'm sure we're gonna get ourselves in trouble at some point, but that's all part of this. But let's good evening, America. Kevin or Casper Aquatics, so good to see you here, man. I see we kind of cross paths on Facebook and Instagram. I do appreciate you here hanging out with us. Hope your family is doing well, good sir. Mountaintop's in here hanging out with us. So guys, Peter Gill, we just got some of the most amazing white clouds I've ever seen from Peter shipped to us. They're up on the website now, available. And with the weather warming up, now's the time to get those mini ponds started. I've been very tempted to snag a group for myself, start working with those because the reds on these things are on point. The body shape is on point. They are fat, happy, healthy, great. So if you're interested in white clouds, and I guarantee one thing with the website, everythingweldon.com, which I appreciate Trevor dropping a link in there for us, is you are going to get superb fish because they're all hobbyist bred and raised. Next to that, if you're a member and you've been involved in the Well-Don Tanks After Dark live streams, you know that I'm feeding baby brine shrimp, flake foods, pellets, frozen food. We're doing everything we can to keep these fish healthy. I quarantine things when they come to me. And the other portion, the last point I'm making is this third point, 2.5, 3. I guarantee you I'm going to beat most pricing. I honestly guarantee you I'm going to beat most pricing. I know a store app, and it's not an arms race or anything, but say store posted up OB peacocks, small OB peacocks, the same size I have, $12.99 a piece. I'm at $2.99 a fish right now. So we've definitely got some. I try and make it very competitive pricing. One, we've told you before, this is not a get rich quick scheme. This isn't even a get rich scheme. This is we buy from hobbyists who have superb fish who want to work with us. We then turn into your virtual local fish store, which then allows you to purchase fish at hopefully a good price that then we can continue to work with you and your hobby. So it's all about building that, building up that community here. But a little bit of rant. I apologize there. Say we're going to go on rants tonight. I guarantee we're going to go on rants tonight. But anyways, yeah, Peter sent us some amazing white clouds. They look amazing. They look so good. And honestly, I was very tempted to set up a little mini pond and work with them. Man, they look so good. They look amazing. Lars hanging out with us. Good to see you. BA lurking. Hoping everyone was well. I appreciate you being here hanging out with us. Even if you're lurking. HD Aquatics is coming in. HG, I know we've talked briefly, but guys, we should be having next week, I believe, we should have HG Aquatics on the live stream as a guest. So looking forward to talking with him, see what he's got going on there. He's definitely pushing to grow his channel and working on building out his fish room and fish area, what he's got going on there. Lindsay's here with us tonight. Jen Yu, good to see you both. And Blake, I agree. I'm glad Lindsay became a member as well. It's good to see all of you guys rolling in here. The beard looking good. I don't know if we call it a beard. More so like peach fuzz on steroids kind of a thing. I can get this coming in where I'm a little like not as scruffy. I shaved it down pretty good a few weeks ago. Like I said, this takes me weeks to get in, but then I cannot connect these right here. That's all right. I cannot connect here. So, but the fact you would have called it a beard, I'm touched. I definitely appreciate it. Who else coming in here? Trevor is moderating for us along his mountaintop there. Trevor, I appreciate you, man, hanging out with us. Ms. Mountaintops fish room was amazing. I'm honestly, do me all a favor. I have a huge favor to ask all of you because I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed in this. It's not like I'm not disappointed in the community. I get it. Not every video is for you, but I've definitely been studying the YouTube algorithm, and I hate that they have this. The more likes you give to videos will notify more people. These live streams, the more likes you give it will notify more people. Videos, the more you like it will notify more people. Mountaintop Puffer Keeper has so much good information to share. So do me a favor. Share it out to your Facebook. Share it to your Instagram. Share it some platform, and let's see if we can't boost the interaction for Mountaintop Puffer Keeper. Because you got to remember, too, when I go film somebody's fish room, they're doing me a service by having me there. But then they're also doing, I feel, the community a service by willingly giving their knowledge to people. And it's only a matter of time before Mountaintop is texting me telling us that we've got, African butterfly fish babies, and he's figuring that out and got that trick going. And, then he's going to have eggs from his hairy puffers. And like, he sent me bless his heart. He took the time, bless his heart, right? Took the time to snapshot or screenshot an entire, is it Amazonas article? The magazine, I don't know if I'm saying that wrong. The magazine about breeding hairy puffer. Like, this is the in-depth information this guy has taken and is put in there. So I really do hope that comes out for him there. First time I wandered the chicken feed aisle and grabbed some dried soldier fly larvae for fish. So I actually have purchased a few years ago soldier fly larvae from Amazon, actually, and attempted to mix it into my own blended frozen fish food. It was a really interesting experiment to try there. So I'd be interested to see what your experience is with that and how it comes out for you there. See, Laura, good to see you. The other Tiffany. If my internet holds out, I am here. Well, fortunately, I think I hopefully have fixed my internet problem. So we definitely should be hanging out there. But so good to have you here. Definitely do appreciate it. And then Misfit coming in, my friend. Man, Misfit, you are, if I can get out your way, your shop is, if you'd be willing to have me, like, your shop is secretly on my list of things I really want to come see. Coming in, though, the $20, man, showing the love. Thank you so much, dude. I really do appreciate that. I love it. Beard twins, Mountaintop. No, I cannot keep up with your beard. Now, granted, if I had a cool enough ginger beard like you do, I'd be amazing. If it wasn't so hot, I'd grow the beard. What we got here? Cancer Train, good to see you coming in. I've been feeding dried soldier fly larvae for a while. Some fish love it. Others don't bother. I know it's because I think we've all learned about it. Well, I know I did from the Fluval bug bites. So it's an interesting. It makes sense. So I'm curious to see how it goes. I have been having fun though with my vinegar eel cultures. It's probably going to be the video this Friday. Spoilers. I've been culturing those out, and I'm amazed at how fast those cultured out. So if maybe this is one thing I'll let question for all of you. If I get my English going straight here, let me take this onto you guys here. Would you be interested to see vinegar eel starter cultures on the website? It's honestly one of the easiest live foods I've ever cultured. I bought my little culture for my last fish auction, and now I can make culture upon culture upon culture and have more left over. The only difference is, though, I noticed that they're definitely for very small, a lot smaller fish. So the convict cichlids, or the calico convicts, I've been using the vinegar eels to kind of substitute in around the baby brine shrimp and like the nano extreme and the co-op fry food. So it's kind of one of those interesting things there. I set up 2 bottles for vinegar eels, but haven't ordered vinegar eels. They've been in my kitchen window for about a year now. They've honestly, I got to try it because I've always wanted to try them. And now that I have them, it's super easy. It is so easy, like really super, super easy. And harvesting them is just as easy. So vinegar eels to buy. Ask me after your video and I learned about them. Okay, maybe we'll see what happens with the video then. I think that's a fair point there, the other Tiffany. The video is, hopefully it'll do it justice. And hopefully I explain it well enough, because now that I have tried them, so simple. They're so simple. But I know it's kind of like one more thing to keep track of. But unlike microworms, you can leave them alone for months and never have a problem with it. Where the microworms, if you don't split your cultures, if you're not careful with it, you'll crash it. These just, you leave them alone for months and they just go. They're awesome. They're awesome little things. Isn't Blugold bug bites just soldier fly larvae? I know it's one of, I actually don't have any here right now. I know it's like one of the main ingredients in it. I'm sure there's some other additives and fillers into it, but I know that's why they're the Blugold, like the bug bites. I know that's the big thing around it there is the majority of it is like the protein base from the fly larva and all that there. I use golden pearls, super simple and nothing I have to do. That is another accurate point there. Golden pearls I have used plenty of times. I think part of it too is doing the vinegar eels for me was more so one more thing I get to try in the hobby, like one more thing I get to experiment with and see how it works. I may not keep them long term, but it was an interesting thing to see, to have my hands on, to where if anybody ever came and asked me something about them, I can tell them my experience and share the success I have, that kind of a thing. So it's kind of one of those things there. Jimmy P coming in, so he did message me the other day, and he's adjusted his name, so now he didn't want to step on JP, Justin Plasmeyer, and his fish room there. But Jimmy, super glad to have you here, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us. It's awesome there. But I do appreciate it. Appreciate y'all being here so much. I really do. All right. What's on the brain of Trent tonight? That's a dangerous question to ask, but here's what's on the brain. So looking around the fish room right now, and obviously we are so chock full of a lot of fish on the website right now. We're so chock full on things. But that's awesome. Like it's good to have fish in stock. I'm happy to have fish in stock. We're slowly getting orders out. You guys are being awesome. Spreading the word. The new website's up. Sharing things. We're going to start doing some advertising and all that going. So we really appreciate all of your support around this business we're trying to create, right? And now the YouTube channel is part of that business. So we generally do appreciate all the support all of you have given us in some way, shape, or form. We're starting to do new things now. I think it was actually HD Aquatics that asked like 2 weeks ago, I think, about like, what if you become bored in your hobby, you're not interested. I'm not saying I'm not interested. I'm definitely still loving what I'm doing here. Fish is life. I want to bring some new additions into the fish room. Now it's scary to do it right now because we are actively looking to move. My wife has a long list of things companies I need to reach back out to and message and apply for and all these different things. So things are moving, but I found some fish that I'm really interested in and want to get them before they're gone, because I know one of the 2 species I could probably find again, but another one, it's oddball enough. It's a Corridora, but it's oddball enough that I don't know when I'd be able to find them again. And I'm careful. I want to kind of be careful, like say everything, because I don't want anybody rushing over and buying them before I can get to them. No, I'm just kidding. TM Aquatics did a big old fish room update, and Tom has got some. He's a genius when it comes to catfish species. Corey's, Honeycomb Catfish, Plecos, all those. He does a phenomenal job at breeding all those out. And having all that going. Is that moved to Oklahoma City? Is that in Texas? So he is talking about it, and he shared that he has some duplicarius corridor available and honeycomb catfish available. Now, honeycomb catfish is something that has interested me for probably 2 years now. I've just never taken the time to be like, I want to work with those. And then when I saw his fish room tour again, and I kind of started doing more research on, like, those things are awesome. Like, they're amazing. Those honeycomb catfish are super, super cool. And it's kind of the flip end of it. If I can get my hands on them, and if I can breed them the way that he has bred them, which is a tall order, I can then offer them, like, this is going to be terrible to me. Like, I can offer them at a cheaper price, like he's offering them, all that kind of a thing. But anyways, this is different opinions. But the Duplicarius corridora, those things are awesome. If you've not, like, and I'm still really frustrated that I've never successfully have bred a corridora before. I really, really like corridoras. I really want to breed them. I've never done it. Like, I've had eggs before, but I've never successfully bred them. And then you get somebody like Justin who's breeding up the Pilatus cores, the pepper cores, like a freaking madman. You know, which we have. I think we have like 25 of those in the fish room right now from him for sale, all ready to go. So like I said, we've got some amazing fish in the fish room right now. That's a tongue twister. Amazing fish in the fish room right now. So what am I getting at here is I found a couple species I really, really want to order in. I really, really want to work with in the fish room. But I was looking around, I was like, all right, we're kind of at a point right now that some things need to move out for me to bring some things in. Like, some things, in my opinion right now, aren't making a lot of sense to hang on to. But it's also a tough decision because some of those things I really like, and some of those things, it's what I want to do there. Keep the temp down in the 60s and it'll breed weekly. Which fish? Because the 60s, that's hard for me to get tanks down to the 60s. Like, even these tanks up here, there's no heaters in these tanks right now. And that tank is at 76. So 60s is rough, but I'm curious to what you are. I'm curious to what you're talking about there. Catch and release Kenny. Do y'all carry guppies? Yes. So let's do this really quick. I've got a couple strains of guppies up right now, which we can hurry and show you. So if we jump over to the website here, excuse me, everythingweldon.com, we can jump into the live bears. Now, right now I have the Japan Blugold double sword guppy pair. These came from a member of ours, bred them up, shipped them out to us. These things are incredible. The coloration of these fish is absolutely phenomenal. The other one I have right now is we're calling them leopard tail muck guppies. I got it from a local hobbyist. You can see the kind of some of the males have a little bit different coloration to them, but they all have this spotted tail. Here's a good shot of some of the females that you would get in this group. So there's got to be some, like, the half black pastel or something mixed into these. So this is, I think, is that an Endler? I think there's an Endler in that batch. But this is starting off. This is one of the fish that here's some things I'm looking at doing. So that answers the question of, yeah, we have some guppies. That's the two guppies I have right now in stock on the website, ready to go. Now, the Corys. Okay, I keep Corys in a tank on the floor in my basement. They spawn all winter like clockwork, sitting on quite a few orange layers. Really? That's interesting. Like, that almost makes sense based on, well, almost makes sense. That does make sense based on the experience I've had with albino Corys laying tons of eggs. It was definitely when they were cooler. That's interesting. That's really interesting. That's a good. I thank you, the catcher. That's a good tip. That'd be amazing to work. Like, I wonder if I could get that to work. Yeah, because Corys, like, I really want to breed corridoras so bad, and I want to be successful at it. So, anyways, where was I going with this? Okay, so yeah, so I got a few things I'm looking to move out. Part of the reason is I have fry from some of these fish, so I know I have future breeders coming back up if I wanted to work with them again. The other thing is I know of a few individuals that now have those said fish. So if I ever got to a point of, like, I really want to get those fish back, I could potentially make that happen. I could potentially bring those back to me. So the leopard the leopard tail mutt guppies I'm looking at there. If anybody is interested in buying that entire colony, there's probably 30 plus fish in that tank right now, maybe more. Maybe close to 40. I have to go double check because I think we have we broke it down into pairs, trios, and I think we have. Maybe I can hurry and tell you. Should probably have these statistics before I start trying to sell you guys on stuff, huh? Let me check really quick how many of those I actually have in stock on the website. Because when we first bought them, my wife was great. And we sat there and counted out all the males, counted out all the females, and got a full count on what we actually had in stock there. Okay, so on my website, I'm showing that I have 20 trios in stock. So, I mean, that's, 60 fish? So if anybody's interested in buying a massive group of those guppies, email me. Let me know. I would even be, if you want to buy, like right now, if you went into the website and paid for a trio, don't be surprised if I slipped in an extra 2 trios for you. Like we're trying to, one, I want to help hobbyists. 2, I'm trying to kind of move some fish out to make some space. I know I have individuals that have reached out to me about sending us their fish, buying their fish. I want to make space for that. The other one is Ray Aquatics coming in. Good to see you. We I have my Blue Star Endlers. Now, these Blue Star Endlers are awesome. They are amazing endlers with such good coloration, really good genetics, really good fins, all that. They're just so heavily saturated in my area. It's time for them to go. As much as I hate to say that, it's time for them to go. So kind of same scenario. If you want to buy everything in that tank, email me. Email me at everythingweldone@gmail.com and let's talk. Let's talk pricing. It'll honestly be like, I'm going to pitch you this price, which is going to be very low for how many fish are in that tank, plus the $20 shipping. I'll package them up. We'll ship them out to you. No questions asked, all that kind of thing. So that's what I'm really looking to push out here. Kind of those 2 things where if you want to buy a large quantity of them, email me and I promise you I'll give you a discount at what you would normally buy it for there. The other things I'm looking to move out, and these ones are going to hurt a little bit, but I have fry growing out and nobody's purchased these off the website yet. I will say though, let me go back to the website here really quick. Hopefully you guys can't hear my neighbor. It's annoying as hell. My window's open. Okay. Where was I? What was I thinking of? Oh, yeah. So right here, these Haplochromis aniocolor. Now, this picture was taken a few weeks ago. These fish are now showing color. I can already pick out a male of this tank, and I'm honestly probably going to hold on to a pair. But if you're interested in a good-looking Haplochromis that breeds when they're only 3-4 inches, these are there, and I have these available. $1.99. Now, that's sold as unsexed juveniles. Right now, I could potentially get you a female and a male based on coloration kind of a thing. These will grow to be a fairly large fish, between 5 to 7 inches. So maybe they'll breed at 3 inches. So that's an interesting fish I have going right there. I mean, good luck beating that price anywhere else. So that's honestly something right now I'm kind of surprised that no one's jumped on yet. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So my mouth brooders, my Egyptian mouth brooders, my one of my favorite fish, but they're taking up space. I think it's time to move on. I have both the multicolor Victoria and the yellow weed picker available on the website as juveniles. The weed picker, it's not the flashiest Egyptian mouth brooder, but it's also not common in the United States right now. The multicolor, depending on where you're at, isn't really super common either. I know Trevor down in Katy, Texas, the local fish store to him has told him that if he brought them in showing color, they'd buy them because they can't get them. I've done a lot of thinking about this. And these are ones I'm not quite sure if I want to list on the website or not. More so, maybe if you're interested in, you need to email me. So if you're interested in anything I'm talking about, reach out to me at everythingweldon@gmail.com. That way we can track it. I'm looking at moving out my colony of Egyptian mouth brooder, the multicolor Victoria, and I'm looking at moving out my colony of the Egyptian mouth brooder yellow weed picker. Now, the species yellow weed picker. I have both have bred for me. If you set them up right, you can pull a lot of eggs out of these fish and spawn them fairly quickly. You catch Trevor. He had a really big spawn recently out of some of his multicolors that he raised up and all that. So I'm it's hard, but I have fry growing out of those, which I think I may hold back a couple to kind of raise up myself to maybe do another project with in the future. But right now, I want the space to bring in new fish, new additions to the fish room, new things that I get to work with, new things that I potentially get to offer you on the website. So that's where I'm at with those. So if you're interested in the multicolor Victoria, if you're interested in the yellow weed pickers, I think I've already got somebody texting me that has my personal number. Let me know. So it was a hard decision. It was a super hard decision, honestly, because I love these fish. The Egyptian mouth brooders are one of the coolest dwarf cichlids I've ever worked with in the fish room. It's time to start something new. Like, it's time to move some things out, bring some new things in, like the blue star endlers. I love that fish. And I want the space. And the other thing I'm forgetting about too is I have an Epistogramma cockatoides orange flash male. He killed his female, unfortunately, so I just have a lone male hanging around. This dude shows some phenomenal color. He was bred here in Utah, tap water, really good episto. I just no longer need a random male, and it's become very difficult to find those in my area. So if you're interested in a lone Epistogramma cockatoides orange flash male, email me, everythingweldon@gmail.com. We'll work a price on him. And the other one is the Salvini cichlid I have. If you're interested in that, honestly, like on the Salvini cichlid, pay me shipping, it's yours kind of a situation. Like everything else, let's talk pricing. But the Salvini cichlid, I'm scared to put it in with the rainbow cichlids and the Australian rainbows because I don't know what's going to do to them. And these fish are cohabitating so well right now. The rainbows are so fired up. I want to get some spawning mops in there. And the rainbow cichlids have become really comfortable in this tank. So I finally added in some in some decor, some rocks, some plants, and things are looking awesome in there right now. So yeah, a few things I'm kind of looking to move out. I will say the Limia perugiae are really close to being up on the site. Those are going really well for me. I've got some good spawns coming out of the red swordtails. I have the blue eye, so those are going well. So yeah, we got some things we need to move around there. It's so hard making these decisions, but I'm looking at the mouth brooder tank. I'm like, I've had so much fun breeding you guys. I've had so much fun working with you. And if I had, a fish room even twice this size, like, okay, maybe I would look at it and be like, yep, we're going to set up a tank for you guys and hold on to you. But right now, since I have juveniles growing out, I'm looking at it like, you know what? I'm going to take the time, work with something new. I still have them. So if I want a pair again, I can make that happen, kind of a situation. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm thinking. Trent to his fish. It's not personal. It's business. That makes me sound like a mobster in my fish room. Sorry, Jimmy. You didn't meet your quota, man. Like, 50 eggs the last batch. What are you doing to me? It's not personal. It's his business. Like going to Texas. I remember I have mosaic blue Dumbos for you. That sounds amazing. Is that a guppy? Sounds like a beautiful guppy there. So that's the thing too, is like I want to make room also to be able to take the fish in, right? I want to make sure I'm trying to do my best to work with as many people as we can. We've hit a weird influx, which I honestly didn't expect to happen, but it's not a bad problem to have. we've hit an influx where we have more people that want to sell to us than we do have people buying from us. Now, I say that's not a bad thing right now because we built this business around pulling supply in from the hobbyists, from the community, from the viewers, from all of you. And because of you helping this channel grow, I just got an awesome invitation tonight emailed to me about a gentleman that would like to do a virtual fish room tour of his fish room. That's awesome. I'm so excited for this, that he reached out to me of he wants me to manage it. Like, that was awesome. So I say it's not a bad thing where we have more suppliers, because that means that we are doing something right in the community. We're doing something right in your eyes, in your opinion. You trust us to work with this. We just now need to get on the level of, we need buyers to trust us. We need people to see that I'm serious about this, that we've had 2 DOAs, and that we've only been running for a short while. We've had 2 DOAs, and that was honestly a mistake on my end when we first started shipping. Those were corrected, figured it out. Now I'm very happy to say we've had 0 DOAs in the last, how many shipments we've done now? I could probably track the number. I mean, we're not hundreds yet, but I feel that's a decent track record. Is okay. We had 2 DOAs starting out. We changed some things. We bought better bags. We're double bagging. We're using oxygen. We've got styrofoam. We're packing better. Huge thanks to Mountaintop Puffer Keeper, by the way. He sent me home with a massive box of styrofoam. So we've made changes to where now we're progressing and moving forward in the right way. So yeah, this stream is definitely me going like, hey, if you're looking for some cool fish, buy from me. It's also going, I found some new fish I'm really excited about. I really want to give it to the fish room because that means that I get to work with them. I get to share that experience with all of you. And then potentially we get to then offer the babies to you guys. Like, it's a win-win-win situation, in my opinion. But let's see what the chat says. Let's see if, does everyone think I'm crazy? Like, I don't know. I saw a lot of do-its go for it. It's like, I want, and the thing too is, like, I know if we moved, that we've already got people lined up that would definitely help us with these fish and all this nature too. So it's one of those things we want to do there. Awesome. Somebody just placed an order. My voice cracks. Somebody just placed an order. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Nope, I got a message. I'm sorry. Got a message on there. So I'm already getting some messages. So yes, you can use the website to contact us. It just creates a message sent to my email that it allows me to respond back to you. So I will respond to all of you. It looks like I'm already getting some inquiries on some things. We'll see what we can do there. Daniel's one of them. Sent me an email there. Let's see. So that's where I'm at. Is those Victoria nice fish, excellent, well done group I have. They are like this. That's what's hard, is like the multicolor Victoria are one of my favorite fish. I know I have fry. I know they're growing out. I know I can get on the pair. And the colony, really, realistically, if you take any of the mouth breeders, you set them up in a 20 long, put some sand in there, put a couple rocks in there, put some plants in there, they'll go gangbuster. They do so well. But on the other hand, let's say you wanted to add them into a 55 community tank where you got tetras and other things in there, they're not going to bother them. Like, they're going to hang out on the bottom, just flashing those breeding colors, the full blue lips, and they're not going to bother anything I got going on. So they're such an awesome fish that kind of move into so many different situations that they are so underrated, so underrated. I want out of my Geophagus brasiliensis, beautiful fish, but I have super colorful strains. So I've stashed away a dozen. My females are as colorful as most males. I would stash a couple dozen away too. And that's why I'm okay. I think I'm okay selling off my main colonies to make room for something new I get to work on, is because I know I have some stashed away. Like, as much as I like, there's some things on the website that I definitely have put on all the stock available. There's other things like, you know what? Like, I think a couple of these fish are going to stay in the fish room very strategically. And it's so hard to, like, the swordtails we got going on right now. I really, really have been considering pulling out a male and a female to work with those, but I've already got other swordtails I'm excited about. And then the white clouds. Oh my gosh, those white clouds. But I will say though, if the leopard tail mutt guppies hang around for another week or so, I'm really thinking of adding them up to the pond filter just to see what they do. Just kind of an experiment. But I would, if somebody's interested in that, if like the leopard tail mutt guppies, the blue star endlers, the mouth brooders, the apisto, the Salvini cichlid, like if you're interested in these things, like reach out to me. Like let's make something happen for you guys. So I would like to help you, and that gives me more space to help other people too. I think I've got a message from somebody about endlers I need to respond back to. Oh, my chat just jumped. Where are we at here? I bought some from Trent. It was fantastic, packed and shipped great. Well, thank you, Blake. I appreciate that. I really do there. Kevin's coming in. He changed the name to Kevin's Canines and Aquatics. Good to see you, man. I saw Jay does rock stuff. Good to see you too, man. I appreciate you being here. Ozzy Soto coming in. What's up, everybody? Got some people sneaking in. I definitely appreciate it there. You got me all fired up. I'm looking online for Guppy. See, IHG Aquatics, like it's like, okay. My wife used to tease me a lot that I would rotate things so fast to the fish room. Like, yeah, sometimes I do. But the other part of this too is I have bred hundreds of these multicolor Victoria, and they've kind of stalled, but it's also, I don't have, if there was a market where people were like, yeah, I'm buying those, maybe I need to get them bigger. Like I definitely need to grow them out a little more before people are really interested in like show them that color and that kind of a thing there. But I would love to keep, offering those up. And that's one reason why if we get to Texas, I'm glad that Trevor has those, because I do think that's a fish that can you imagine if we set those things up in like a 300-gallon vat, even a 55, I could breed hundreds of those. Then you throw all the fry in another 55 and just let them grow out for 6 months. Like I could have full pairs available in 6 months, ready to go, no questions asked, because, well, I've done it. If I had more space, I could do that. It'd be so awesome to go there. But things like the Corridora and the honeycomb cats, like I know that I have space for those, and I know I can make space for those depending on how I shuffle things and how I move things around. So I'm still kind of impressed with myself based on our 52 square foot fish room. Like we're doing pretty damn good. And that's why I'm so grateful to my wife that she let me build that out, because we've done some awesome things in that fish room, and we are not done yet. That is for sure that we are not done yet. So I do apologize for those watching the stream. If you catch the replay, thank you for catching the replay. I did not mean to make this like a super sales pitchy stream. That's the thing I honestly now have to balance is I don't want you to feel like every stream, every video, it's, hey, buy all my stuff. No, I want to support you. I want it to be interactive streams and fun streams and different things. But this is what was on my brain today. Like, this was what was on my brain the last day or two. Probably the last like 2 weeks. I've really been starting to decide like, okay, like I think it's time to move away from the blue star endlers. Okay, I think it's time we make a really big push on these leopard tail mutt guppies. I think it's time to move away from the mouth brooders. Like, let's do something new. But don't worry, I've also got things we're filming too. Like, side note is I finally got my hands on some of these. Paid full price for these. Very happy to have these. I have a video in mind that I've been wanting to film of these ever since these were released. And now that I have them, I am going to hopefully put the time in the next couple days to see what my schedule's like, to film the video I want to film of these. And it's, yeah, I like aquarium co-op, all that kind of thing. It's not so much to like, well, okay, it's going to be to promote aquarium co-op. Like, let's be honest here. But there's camera techniques I really want to try with this to see if I can pull something off to make an interesting video. That's what it really comes down to. I'm a nerd that way. Definitely a nerd that way. Those mouth brooders are also awesome in the 75 with Variatus platies and black chin live bears. That is very true. That is very true. And that 75 is awesome. I'm glad we were able to change out some things in there, help you do there. Let's see. Will shale doors acclimate to a 7.0 pH? I think they would. It's because we gotta. and this is honestly another video I want to make. I just got to figure out how to word it because I know it's not going to be a popular opinion at all. So, for example, my pH comes out around 7.8 of my tap water. Now, we can go down the rabbit hole of what's your TDS? That's total dissolved solids, right? So how many minerals are in your water? What's the hardness of your water? So there's so many rabbit holes we can go down. But the one rabbit hole I feel like we never go down though is fish are so adaptable to what they do. If you think about it, let's take wild-caught cardinal tetras. And I think this is probably the best example that I can come up with just based off the research I've done and then watching the Project Piaba stuff. Let's take those. They go out and they catch those. And for all we know, that pH is 7.0. For all we know, that pH is 6.5. For all we know, that pH is 8.0, right? Those then get caught, loaded on a boat, shipped somewhere, land at a wholesaler, land in your local fish store. How many pH swings did they just go through? Now, I don't think it was like a pH from 8.0 down to 5.6 or anything like crazy like that. So I think going to a 7.0 pH, absolutely. Now, what I would look at though is your water soft? What's your mineral content like in your water? Okay, so maybe you need to kind of buffer that water up with some like crushed coral or something, right? Just add something a little bit extra in there. Just kind of bring that up, just not necessarily like the pH, but just kind of the hardness of the water, just to add some minerals to those fish to help them feel more comfortable with that. But on the pH standpoint, absolutely, I think you'll have zero issues with them. Too many people too, I think, like we get so focused on like who was it? I was talking to somebody and they're like, no, you're like, that's not going to work. You're taking fish from 7.8 to 7.5. It's like, and like, it's not that big of a swing when it comes to fish. Like fish are amazingly adaptable. So I say go for it. And I honestly hope you have great success. Shell dwellers are one of the most rewarding fish when you get to work with them. And I can also, if you've recently watched, I don't know if you follow Tazawa Tanks, like, Dean went down and saw Zenzo and picked up some shell dwellers, flew him back up to Washington, and now he has them. And that's got to be not so much like a major pH swing, but like if you look at the hardness and different things of that. So personally, I think you're fine. I honestly think you're fine. And going into some very wise knowledge of a guy that likes to breed pufferfish, dwarf pike on top of a mountain. See what I did there? Shameless plug. If the fish are happy, they're going to breed. And I fully feel that fish can be happy in my 7.8 pH and fish can be happy in your 7.0 pH. So I think you'll have no problems there. Let's see what we got going on here. Story of my life, not enough space. Stop making me jealous. I'm in the same boat right now, man. Hopefully the goal is, and bless my wife for this, if we are able to move, the goal is to expand the fish room out. But it's definitely going to be there because I would really like to add in some more tanks, some more opportunities for people. That's why I'm very glad she let me set up this tank in here. The rainbow cichlids and stuff, beautiful addition. I'm still on the hunt for a flower horn. That's something I still really want to get. Like again, though, we're hesitant because we may be moving, but then flip the coin, and we have people that we could work with us on that to ship them to and hold on to them for us. So still hunting for one of these. I may have found one. I found some juveniles that I'm interested in bringing in to then show like the growth off the Excalibur flower horn foods, which by the way we sell. If you're interested in the flower horn in the Excalibur foods, but they're also fantastic for other cichlids if you have them. So we'll see, because I've also found some like adults I really want to bring in. So it's just hard. Like it's hard to find that right flower horn again, because we were just so attached to our last two. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some good things going there. Lav Snail coming in. Hello, Lav. It's so good to see you. Lav's been doing some hilarious. Are you putting them on YouTube Shorts? I think you're on TikTok, but I see him either on Instagram or YouTube Shorts. I've been chuckling at him. So Lav does some great stuff there. Very, very knowledgeable in the snails too. So if you're looking for snails, the mystery snails. And we're not talking like the brown mysteries. No, we're talking like the amazing purples and the magentas and all these amazing things. Check out Lab Snails, message her on Instagram. She'll hook you up. When you open a package from Lav, I promise you it'll change your life. Like you think you've opened cool packages before. No. She hand colors her live fish stuff. Like the sticker she puts on the side, hand colors those. Come on now. You get a package from me, it's like, I ain't got no time for that. No. Lav puts love and dedication to those, and it's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Lumber is a big issue right now. Yeah, lumber is a major thing right now. All right. Do you think they would breed as well in those unsuitable favorite? So what are we like? What's the argument here? Oh, I'm sorry. And I missed Crebensis 27. Hello. Appreciate you coming in. I don't know if I've seen you here before. I try to remember like regular names that I really try to be very welcoming to everyone coming to the stream. Because again, you chose to come watch my live stream versus others. So I do appreciate you being here. Now, the interesting thing here is we say, you think they would breed in those unsuitable / favorable conditions. So if we're talking, let's say the shell dwellers. Now, my argument there is, who's to say that's an unsuitable condition? That's something that has really been, after touring Mountaintop Puffer Keeper, my mind has been trying to wrap around the endless universe of fish keeping of unsuitable conditions. Like what are unsuitable conditions? Like what are we doing to make these unsuitable conditions, and what can I do them to make them favorable conditions? The best thing he said in that video, if the fish are happy, they're going to spawn. If the fish are happy, they're going to breed, right? So it's what is going to make that fish happy. Now, is it going to be water temp? Maybe. Parameters? Maybe. But is it more things like, do they have cover? Is there caves? Is there hiding spaces for the fry? Is there food for the fry? Do they know there's food for the fry? Is the light, like, I honestly think lighting plays into some things. My personal opinion. I don't have any scientific proof to back that up yet. But there's this, it's the next subject my brain's been going down of. I look at the rainbow cichlids here in this tank versus the tank that Mountaintop had them in that I picked them up from. Differences. Mountaintop had way more plants in there, way more hiding spaces for them to make them feel more comfortable. My difference here is I just added some plants, not as many, but the tank is bigger. This is a 6-foot tank that they're in. I think the tank he had them in, are they like 30 inches, 36 inches? I could be totally wrong on that. But it wasn't necessarily small. But now that I have them, I've noticed, though, they would come out and hang out with the rainbow fish. But as soon as I added in more decor, more rocks, they then now will start swimming open water with the rainbow fish. They're not as concerned. So I'm hoping to breed these guys. I really am. I've given them caves to spawn in, different things, other areas to spawn in. But it's also the coloration of the fish. I've been watching that. I've been watching them go super dark gold, down to kind of a mellow yellow. No pun intended there on any kind of drink there. So it's, I think we focus so much on, is my pH correct? Is my hardness correct? The internet says this TDS won't work. Now, in some very specific situations, I will argue that yes, maybe how hard the water is, the TDS, how you mix in this mineral and that mineral and this RO water and this tap water and this pH, very specific things will it make a difference. There's a guy in Utah. I've bought fish from him. I've been in his fish room. He is breeding so many zebra plecos in full tap water, full Utah tap water, so many plecos. And if you get into what is he doing, the fish are happy. There's plenty of spawning areas. They have the right conditions based on temperature and food going into that tank. And, this, like say, the conditions of the spawning areas, and he's pumping out fry. He literally, the last time I was there, it's when I bought the itty bitty rainbow fish in the 90 gallon right now. Last time I was there, he had 30 zebra pleco fry, new ones, since the last time I was there. And so honestly, probably had like 100 zebra plecos in his fish right now that he all bred. Insane. It's absolutely insane. So I really do think that it's fish are happy, they're going to breed. Like stability, let's see. Stability over-reported perfect all day. Okay, that's another good point. Stability in what you're doing. I had Brunei Beauty. Oh, that sounds amazing. Brunei Beauty spawned successfully up here in 7.0 300 TDS. So it's there's definitely some interesting things there about that. And I appreciate that question, Kevin. I really do appreciate that question because it's those things that spark my brain and then honestly get me going on rambling conversations. But it's those things that I'm lately starting to really mull over of what conditions do these fish need to breed? But then am I thinking too much of like, is the ammonia out of the water? Yes, check, perfect. Okay, are the nitrates under control? Yes, perfect. Now, are is it the food right? Is the temperature right? Is the flow like these are little things I'm just focusing on. So hopefully that makes sense. Texas Garage Fish Farm. hopefully we'll get there one day. Let's see here. How many tanks do I have right now? I think I'm way behind chat, by the way. How many tanks do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 20. So 26 roughly. But then if you add like the tumbler tank, that's 27. And then if you add the fry system, that's 28. Then if you want to get really nitty gritty, like all the fry trays. So I would say probably 20, 25, 26. All right. I'm way behind. We got to catch up here. All your content recently has maybe, hook up that empty shelf in the rack of the 10-gallon fry bin. I'm seriously considering another rack in the sink room. I like that we're making things going. Blake, you are awesome, man. If you're looking to join a fun member group, the squad, the Well-Don squad, join Trent's membership. It does a ton of members-only videos and live streams after dark. Thanks, Blake. Blake is an awesome guy for pushing the memberships here. He does so much for us and helping us out there. He really does. He's helped us out a lot. So I do try, if you are interested in becoming a member, we have 2 price points. So 99 cents gets you into the memberships. $4.99 gets you into the Well-Don squad. So shark bait is 99 cents. Well-Don squad, $4.99. I don't hide anything from anybody. It's not a paywall or anything. When you become a member of the Well-Don squad, though, that's more like the tight-knit community we're trying to build of if you want to come hang out. Like the other night, I did like a 2.5-hour live stream in the fish room, just working down there. And that was after we did an hour live stream with my wife, testing her internet, answering questions. So I think that night we did like a total of like 3.5 hours live streaming just to the members, just to hang out. So it's a lot more, I would say like, it's not more, maybe more intimate, like loose. I'm willing to talk more openly on some certain subjects, like personal subjects and that kind of a thing. They're not high quality by any means. It's literally, we set up a little tripod in the fish room. And if you get motion sickness, be warned, because I'm half the time I'm moving the camera around and trying to get you guys an angle. But I enjoy them. I really do enjoy them. They're fun to hang out. So Blake, thank you for that, man. It's awesome of you. Blake with the sale. Speaking of, are you doing an after dark tonight? They tend to fall a lot of times after live streams or like weekends I'm off. I do have tomorrow off work. I am thinking of working down in the fish room tonight. And if I do want to put up an after dark live stream for the members. I just need to fully check with my wife though, because I want to make sure I'm not going on anything there, running anything there. But we'll see. Probably just want to double check with her. Just bought a whole bunch of wood today for the new 55-gallon rack. And wow, in Canada, wood here is crazy expensive. I believe it, man. That's cool. I didn't know you had to fit. See, there's some things we got to talk about. I'm really excited to have you on the stream and delve into what you're doing. I think there's going to be some amazing stuff you got going there. Amazing stuff you got going there. Yeah, wood is nuts. Wood is insane. Yeah, so my wife is right. We were at Home Depot the other day, and I went and checked the price on 2x4. So two over 2 years ago, I think we paid. She's right. We paid like under $2 for 2x4, which made finishing our basement so nice. They were $8. They were $8 a 2x4 right now. Like I'm scared to build stands right now. That's what's hard. Like it's and in talking with Justin, JP's Fish, as he's getting ready to build out his fish room. We had a big discussion of he's like, do I spend the money and custom build what I want? Or do I spend the money and buy, pre-built metal racks? Because like right now they're the same. So it was definitely a hard thing there to see that coming through there. Lost $100 on a single stand. That's rough, man. You bought 2 pieces of plywood for over $200? What? That is insane. Oh my gosh. I thought it was rough down here. Man, that's nuts. $455 is going on a steel rack, but I had to buy wood to go under them. That makes sense. Cool, man. I'm excited to see these things. Gonna have to get a second summer job to pay for wood. I work overtime to pay for some of my fish stuff. I feel you. I definitely feel you there. And I'm just crazy enough to try and start a business in these niche areas of selling fish. I have 7 trees ready for milling. It sounds like, okay, here's what's going to happen. We're all going to meet on the border of Colorado. We're going to blindfold all of you so you don't know the way to Mountaintop secret fish room. We're going to drive a van up there. We're going to mill down this wood, and we're going to go build some crazy stands. That's what we're going to do here. Yupang, is it? I'm gonna butcher it. I'm gonna go for it though. It's either Yupang Lee or Yufang Lee. Hopefully, we're gonna go with Lee. Appreciate you being here. Any types of fish that pair well with a small turtle. So hopefully you're still in the chat. I'm definitely been away from. I'm trying to keep up with the stream here in the chat here. And Misfit, that's another reason I want to come out. I want to come see your reptiles. I love reptiles. Just don't have them anymore. But okay, small turtle, yes. So if you're talking my limited experience with turtles, I've never kept them. So we're going to kind of go off what I've seen. If it's something like a musk turtle, live bears are a great option for turtles of that because you may lose a few to the turtle eating them, but they're also going to produce faster. Now, in my opinion, right now, if I were to put fish in with a mini musk turtle, JP's Fish has actually got some Odessa Barbs in with him. He has some Goodyids in with the turtle, and they're all doing great. I would personally go with something like a swordtail, a big swordtail. Now, these are on my website. Yes, shameless plug. These guys are big. These are some decent sized swordtails. So I think on the size ratio of the fish to the turtle, they may not want to go after them as much, but then they're also going to breed probably faster than the turtle can fully take that population down. Another good option would be something like an Endler live bear, which you can get all sorts of color combinations, all sorts of different things. Smaller, a little more faster, a little more agile, so the turtle may not be able to fully catch them and munch them down. But again, it can be able to breed fast enough where if the turtle does snack on a few, you're not going to lose all your fish in one go. So they should be a fairly good addition there. You just want to make sure that you don't put something in. It's a limited experience, but my thought is also don't put something in there that's going to dominate the food over the turtle or it's going to pick on the turtle kind of a thing. Like, I don't know if I drop an Oscar with the turtle. Just saying, that's just me. So that's my recommendation there. I would pick something like a live bear that's going to be able to keep up. And just make sure everything goes well there. But another material that's more affordable to build with. So like cinder block is still a great thing to make stands out of. But then again, it's buying that wood to go across it. So it's so hard right now. I think if you could weld, like I got a buddy of mine that welds and he has some fairly decent access to metal. You could probably make some good stands out of that. But it's also just that it's just time intensive. A lot of it definitely is very time intensive. Yeah, there you go. Mountaintop's got a good idea there. Salvage companies for rack building materials. That'd be interesting. That would definitely be interesting there. Won't matter if you all know it's like an hour drive from the city. Carrie, I appreciate you stopping in though. Carrie, I need to talk. I need to text you, Carrie. We'll chat. I apologize. You've been busy. I've been busy. We've all been busy. We've all been hanging out. We've all got things going on. Still got the cichlids for you. We'll chat. We'll definitely figure something out there. But yeah, did I miss anything? Let's see if I missed anything. I don't think I've missed anything. Cool. Yeah, guys. So I say, not to be super sales pitchy. I'm gonna stop saying that. Screw it. We're going for it. If you're coming in, if you're catching the replay, I say we got some fish we're interested in moving out of the fish room to bring some new fish in. Entire group of leopard tail, mutt guppies. Like if you need something too for like a fun outdoor project, that'd be a great fish to do it with. We've got some, like, check out the website, everythingweldon.com. We've got some amazing things, some amazing fish in stock right now. They all came from hobbyists. None of these things were imported. These were all bred by hobbyists in the community. So I think it's got some amazing stuff going there. My endlers, my blue star endlers, such a pretty fish, such a pretty fish. They're just so saturated in my area. So if you were looking for a new fish in your area, I'm looking to sell out that entire colony. And there's a lot of males, good amount of females, and a lot of fry in that tank right now. So we can figure something out there. The Egyptian mouth brooders, the old weed pickers, I think somebody's already kind of want to claim those potentially. Multicolor Victoria, it's a beautiful fish. The blue lips, gold body, great looking fish. And then the Epistogramma cockatoides, orange flash male, I'm looking at selling off. And then also the Salvini cichlid. If you just, I may bring the Salvini up into with the rainbow cichlids, we'll see. But if anybody's interested in those, reach out to me, email me at everythingweldon.com. No, everythingweldon@gmail.com. Everythingweldon.com is a website. Yeah, we'll get that mixed up there. Want to get a steel rack for my fish room. I can't see very well, and wood is so expensive. Yeah, everything. Unfortunately, everything's expensive right now, and it sucks too that it's like my opinion is Home Depot sells. Home Depot is mainly where I buy lumber from and everything, but like it's my opinion they sell lumber to two people: the people finishing their basements and fish nerds, like 100% fish nerds that are in there buying the lumber. And like, you know who they are. Like you can tell, like they're walking out, hauling out that wood. You're like, it's not enough to like frame a basement. So maybe they're framing something small, but then you just like, you see something like, oh, yep, got it. It's like, that's a fish shirt. I know that. Like, yep, you're a fellow fish nerd. And it's fun. I think I even talked to a guy that did like a research paper about that, of showcasing what lumber sales were like from a hardware store to fish hobbyists. It was a really interesting read. I wonder if I still have that. I think I saved it somewhere. Making rack is difficult, not a ton of space. It's where you got to get creative. I've done it. The little wood rack I have down in the fish room, and I custom built that thing to hold 6 10-gallon tanks and just to sneak right into an area that I needed it to. So I get it, but it's also, I think in the fish hobby, you pick up some skills. You definitely do pick up some new skills when you're trying to build some things out. Other issue is my tank was a reef tank that I converted and has 2 built-in weir, and unfortunately it protrudes on the bottom. Okay, so your bulkheads are coming out from the bottom. So depending on the size tank it is, and if it's framed, all you got to do is when you build, how do I explain this? When you build the frame with a stand, you don't necessarily need like plywood for the stand to rest on. If you did plywood, you could still cut an area out with like a jigsaw to let the bulkheads drop through. So there's ways around that there. He's got to get creative, but I get it. Like trust me, I've done tanks from, building tanks with, drilled bulkheads on the bottom. I've done, racks. I've done custom built, things for 90 cubes and 60 gallons and all these different things. So I can say that because I've done a lot of trial and error. There's been a lot of cussing coming from a garage one time. You can ask my wife. My old house, or I kind of had my fish area set up. I custom built 90% of those stands. So it definitely it took some time. Any bottom feeder fish that go well with small turtles? What did I put on the bottom? for turtles. I feel now it depends on what you want to see. So, and we're going back to the website. It's kind of easy for me to kind of show you what I'm talking about, in my opinion here. It's a bottom dweller. So you can go kind of one or two ways here. There's a lot of what we call bottom dwellers, but again, it's got to be, is the turtle gonna come take a munch out of it? And if you're looking to have like a quote unquote cleanup crew or something that's maybe gonna like sift the substrate, sift the sand, kind of a thing, couple ideas come to mind. You could go with something like a corridor catfish, because they're going to dig into the substrate. My only concern, though, is because they're going to be along kind of the same playing field of the turtle, is there's a really good chance he's going to munch on them. So really good chance it's going to be a very expensive snack. But that's an option. My other main idea is you could do something like a regular Bristlenose Pleco, or do a couple of them in there. And I say 99 cents for Bristlenose Plecos right now. It's another common. I know I have a bunch of them. But these guys, if you gave them somewhere like some driftwood, something to hide up into, I feel like when the lights go out, they would run around the tank, doing their business, being nocturnal. And then when the lights come on and the turtle's out, they kind of run back into the driftwood. Lights go off, turtle may go lay down somewhere, and they'd come around, run around the tank, do the kind of other thing. So you can potentially get away with that. My other thought there is, if it's not really so much like a bottom dweller, but you could do something like a geophagus cichlid. But again, my concern there is size ratio of fish to turtle. Are they going to get along? Is there going to be issues? Is the turtle still going to take a bite out of this fish? But a geophagus cichlid is one that will go sift the sand. Turtles are hard. Like, I want to keep mini musk turtles. I really do want to keep mini musk turtles. One, I can kind of have the experience of, this is what worked for me. It's also hard though, because in my opinion, this is my opinion, is it's like we're trying to mix two worlds here that have a hard time mixing sometimes. I know having fish in with turtles can look so good, look pretty, and there's movement in the tank. And everybody I've seen do mini musk turtles, they've always had some fish in there with them. So I get it. I definitely get it. It's just, I think what I'm trying to say is go in with the mindset that, it's, say you add some endlers in there, you add some swordtails in there, you add some plecos in there, and all of a sudden you go from 10 swordtails to 9 swordtails. Like, don't be shocked, I think, is what I'm really trying to get out there. Really, I think that's the proper way to say it. I think. Well, guys, it's kind of where I'm at. It's what's on my brain. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Maybe go. I know it's getting close to my daughter's bedtime, and she had a fun day with the wife. So we'll maybe go for another like 10-ish minutes. So also it's up to you guys. If you got some questions, throw them in the chat. I'll get to them here. Kind of your opportunity to fill in some questions. You can always throw questions in the chat. Absolutely. We'll see. We'll go for about another 10-ish minutes. If you guys got some questions you want to throw at me, bring up some conversations here. See what we can't do for you. But if not, you're just going to have to listen to me ramble off about random stuff. That's always a terrible time, in my opinion. No, I'm kidding. We're trying there. And then for the members, good chance that we will do. We'll see. We'll see about do. I'll put up a post if we're going to do it. So yeah, it's another thing too. Like, make sure your notifications are on. I know a lot of people have been saying they did not get the notification. So next to the subscribe button. So one, if you're not, hit the subscribe button. But also there's the bell next to it. Click that bell. And if you want to get all the notifications, click the bell and it'll give you 3 options. Click all. That should give you all the notifications for me. Also, if you guys are willing to and you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up button. I have been studying the YouTube algorithm a lot here, and hitting that thumbs up button definitely helps the channel because it sends more people notifications that aren't part of our subscriber group, where it's like, hey, this may interest you. Would you like to try and watch this? And They may come in and go, this guy's annoying. He has Tourette's, not going to do it. And they come in and be like, you know what? He's all right. Like, we're going to talk fish and turtles. He's all right. So definitely helps out, though. And I say, the big favor I have, please take a moment to share Mountaintop Puffer Keepers Fish Room Tour. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. Go check it out. That was such a fun fish room tour, and I would love to go back and finish these, spend more time there. It's awesome. And I'm excited too, because Justin's building his fish room out. So we're going to have some things going on there. It's like, we got some things in the works. I'm very excited for. Really, I'm very excited for there. Can I breed a fish that is already on the website? Sure, absolutely. Like, so that's a good point there, Daniel. If you see something on the website, like, and you want to buy it, breed it. If you want to buy it from me, you want to buy it from somewhere else, buy it, breed it. Now, my brain goes two ways on this. One, just please don't be offended if you breed it, offer it to me, and I don't buy all of them, right? But it's also, my brain also goes the other way of, I do not want any of you to look at the website and go, oh, dang, like, White Cloud mountain minnows are on there. Crap. I can't work with those now. I really like those fish, but I can't work. No. I don't want that to happen to you, because I do not want myself, nor do I want my business to dictate your hobby. What I do want to happen is I would like to introduce you to new ideas, new things. That's why I'm interested in bringing new fish into the fish room, is I want to expose people to more options, more opportunity, while at the same time, I get to play with them. I get to have a good time with them. I get to learn about them, and it's something that interests me. But I never want you to look at the website and I have that thought of like, oh, damn it, like, I can't work with those. I would love it if you came to the website like, oh, yes, like, I'm going to buy these swordtails and I'm going to work with them. I'm going to breed them up, because now what may happen is you may find different gene in there. You may mix them into another swordtail and create something beautiful. You may put them out in a pond and just find that you really enjoy that fish. So I always want you to feel comfortable with your hobby and not focus it in on, I have to breed these because this is what Trent wants for his business. Like, I know you took the koi guppies, very grateful for. I'm very interested in working. We've already worked that deal out. We have that going. But at the same time, that's why I really wanted to make sure that you were okay taking those fish in, because I want it to be a productive thing for your hobby. There's got to be, even if it's not a monetary gain, there's got to be like a knowledge gain behind that. There's definitely got to be some things there. You know what, White Clouds? I'm dumping my summer tub now. Quick, everybody, run over to Catch Trent's house. He's going to dump a massive tub full of White Clouds, and we're going to start picking them up like dollar bills on the ground. White Clouds are awesome. These White Clouds are incredible. And that's one of those things too, where I think if more people tried them outside, myself included, I think they'd be amazing. People would have so much fun with them. Definitely have so much fun with them. But I appreciate the humor there. Yes, and people who have like Crebensis 27, I'm glad you came back. I'm glad you decided to come back and hang out with us. So catching the replay, I love you guys for catching the replay. Those are hanging out with us. I definitely do appreciate that too. We're just here to have a good time. We're just here to do our thing, try and build a community, and just be good people. Just be good people, absolutely all around. Then my wife has a good point there too. Don't forget you can breed them, keep them, and when we post them on the site so we have a classified portion of our website. Maybe let's jump on that real quick, just to kind of make sure people understand we have this option. So let's say you bred something, but you're comfortable shipping it on your own. We have the Wel-Don classifieds on our website. Now we also have for sale, we have in search of. So if you're specifically looking for a fish that I don't have, you can email me. We'll put up an ad here on the in search of. People can see this. So if Daniel's looking for a fish, he lives in Texas, Mountaintop Puffer Keeper has that fish, we can then put you two into connection to where now we can hopefully help that transaction there. The other part of it, though, is the for sale. So Trevor has taken advantage of our classified section. We've had a few orders of his frog bit, but something you'll notice here is the pricing. So on the classified section, if you want to post items here, you are taking responsibility for the shipping of the item. What'll happen is people will place an order through the website. I will get the notification. We pay Trevor immediately, taking only a 5%, kind of a 5% finder's fee, holder's fee. And to give you some insight on that of how much 5% is on a sell, or I know this one because we sold some frog bit. So for example, here you're going to get X amount of plants for $5.99, and then his shipping to you is $7.99. So the total price reflects that cost. That's why it's $13.98. You pay $13.98. I pay Trevor the total minus 5%. That was 68 cents. I made 68 cents off that sell. But what it did, though, was it made Trevor a few bucks, and then it got Trevor to make a new connection with individuals that bought his frog bit. Now he is networking with individuals and making those connections. So that's why the goal of this business is the way I look at this. I want to see this massive network create off of this, where Daniel's connected with this individual, Kevin's connected with this individual. You've all connected with me. And the fun part too is now I get to talk to a lot of more of you about your fish. I get to have those conversations I wasn't having before. So yeah, if you bred, so Catch a Train, if you need to ditch off a bunch of white clouds, we've got the classified section. So we've got options for you. We tried to definitely give as many options as we could to people there, to make sure it was a good experience for everyone we possibly can make it for there. Gold white clouds are pretty. That's something. I bought some gold white clouds, put them in the tub overnight. In the morning, I put some Java moss in, and they started spawning within 30 seconds. There's some things. There really are some things I would really like to play with on the egg scattering thing there too. Like, that's what's crazy is it's like the Odessa Barbs we have on the website right now. I cannot believe nobody's bought those. Cheapest price, I guarantee it. Now somebody's gonna be like, I found Odessa Barbs for this price. Yeah, it's true, but okay. Like, the Odessa Barbs we have, they're the Greg Sage line, and they're freaking cheap right now. The swords are growing like crazy. Yeah, Mountaintop had a good experience there. So Mountaintop purchased off the classifieds. That product came from Trevor, so Trevor shipped out to Mountaintop. I'm just kind of the broker. I just bring people together so they can make business happen. But all right, everybody, we are wrapping up there. I do have Odessa Barbs. So last thing here for mountain for Catch a Train there. Yes, so we have Odessa Barbs in stock right now, and I can say I know for sure that they are traced back. So they're from Greg Sage. Hobbyist got them in Utah, so bought them from Greg Sage, got them in Utah, bred them. I now have them, and I honestly was going to keep working with them there. So this is the picture I took a little while ago when I first got them. Right now, they are starting to show the full red line through the body. That is coming through. How big would I say these are? I mean, Trevor's got some Odessa Barbs from Greg Sage, I believe, and they're fairly large. So these are, how big do they get? Inch and a half, maybe 2 inches. Like they're getting some decent size on them. And right now, $4.99 a fish for Greg Sage line Odessa Barbs. That's a great one. That is a fantastic one. So I honestly don't know how to sex them out. I've never been good at that. But yeah, they're Greg Sage line Odessa Barbs, and they are looking good right now. I can tell you that much. They're really starting to show that color and get that full red line down there. But yeah, so Catch a Train. I wouldn't say these aren't fully grown adults yet, but I know that they're really moving into that adult phase just from when I first got them to now. They have easily doubled in size, and they're really starting to show that red line through the body there. So they're really starting to put on some amazing coloration there. So maybe have them take a look. How many do I have in stock right now? Let me tell you that really quick. I mean, I got 20 of those in stock right now. Just saying. So I got 20 available right now. Definitely get some things going there. So we got some good things off from there. We got here. Sorry, I got a message I got to respond to. But anyways. All right, everybody. We appreciate you all for hanging out with us tonight. I still hope this was a good stream for you. I hope this was a beneficial stream for you. I know we talked a lot about fish. I'm looking to move out of my fish room, that kind of thing. But I also really hope that from that I can bring in new species, have new species available, teach you new things, learn new things myself. So I do appreciate all of you being here, hanging out with us tonight. If you're catching the replay, appreciate you making the whole thing there. So love you all. You all are fantastic. I'll have a great night. If you're interested in anything we talked about tonight, email me, everythingweldon@gmail.com. You can also send us a message through the website. So feel free to check out the website. If you see anything you like, take care there. Everybody, stay safe. Love you all. Have a great week. I will see you Friday with a new video. And for the members, I will maybe see you tonight, maybe like 30-ish minutes, probably another late one. But appreciate all you do. And then next week, I should have HD Aquatics on the stream. Hopefully this week we'll have another guest on the stream. So you may get like a second stream this week. We'll see if it comes through. He's a very busy guy, so nailing down a real time is very difficult. But yeah, thank you for everybody for all your support to us. We definitely do appreciate it. I'm still trying to bring you new content, original content, some good ideas. Just keep things moving. So love you all, and we will see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, everybody.